Now, the review of Tekken 7 is once again being delayed out of reasons outside of my control, but I will do an early access review for Oriental Empires instead. You know, call this a little consolation prize. So what caught my attention as I was scrolling through Steam was that many reviewers were stating that this game was like Total War meets Civilization with China. And since I am part Chinese myself, I was interested to see how they would take on Asian culture and Chinese culture, and it's not really something that many video games explore. So as you start up, you can pick the Grand Campaign, which is pretty much what you'll most likely pick. You can pick from one of several different dynasties, each with their own benefits and drawbacks. Some of them will only unlock after playing after a certain amount of turns. So like I stated before, a lot of people were comparing this game to Total War, you know, China meets Total War, but honestly, it's far from it. It plays way more like Civilization than anything else. I mean, even the battles aren't really Total War, as you have no direct control over your units. The only control you have is through pre-battle commands. So you can tell your units, okay, I want you to stay far back, or I want you to attack aggressively, but that's really it. And I'm sorry, but I have to say it, the graphics are bad. But my issue is really with the frame rate. It slows down to a crawl when zoomed up on units during the battles. It really needs to be better optimized for PCs. But honestly, if you're playing a game like this, you're not playing it for the graphics. You want the hardcore gameplay that comes with it. Unfortunately, the early game isn't the most interesting. It's just very limited in what you can build, the units that you can recruit, decrees that you can enact, and you really are, you know, start bare bones. Most of the time it's just going to be building farms and exploring. You can also find special events that can either provide you with new units, money, as a tech bonus, or have a negative effect as well. So as you're exploring China and learning about the land, you'll meet other dynasties. At first, again, you don't have a lot of diplomatic options available to you. More will get unlocked with technology, but it is very deep. Diplomacy is very well done here. Definitely something that Civilization and Total War should take a few tips from. One of the coolest things that I like is if you find a country that's weaker to you, you can have it kind of be a vassal to you, and you would have it declare you an emperor, and that gives you a bonus, a diplomatic bonus, and people will have more respect for you, and that can also lead to a diplomatic victory. So I'm not sure if it was because of the dynasty that I picked. I didn't really have any AI opponents give me any trouble. Most of them were very passive and prioritize civil over war affairs. Even if you get into war with them, they'll end it very quickly, especially within AI versus AI wars. They only last a dozen turns. Now thankfully, the mid to late game is way better than the early game. There's more units, more technologies to use, cities are more developed, and it also takes less time to do anything. As you research technologies further and further, you get bonuses that decrease construction time, increase the amount of taxes you get, and also other edicts and stuff that you can enact to make it better. Now the tech tree is nice and large, just the way I like it. It starts from the early Bronze Age all the way to the Imperial Age. You have 4 different areas of technology, and you can research one technology in each area. This keeps your nation balanced and prevents you from becoming either too militaristic or too civil focused. I like the change. Some people might not, because it kind of decreases the risk of should I focus on this more than others. But I like the changes. Everyone kind of catches up and you don't fall behind technologically. So there are a bunch of different edicts to enact, like I mentioned before. Some of them are cool, like you can equip all your units with horses, you can recruit a commander, or advance to the next stage, like to the Warring States period. All have its benefits and drawbacks, such as if you equip the noblemen with horses, they might not like that and grow discontent, and the nobles will fight back a little bit. So the leaders and the heir have 2 stats, Chi and Wisdom. Chi will influence their militaristic ability, while Wisdom influences how they are civilly. It's influenced just from how old they are and also the battles that they've won. The leader also has authority, which applies to how many cities he can have. This prevents overextension seen in other games. Master of Orion. But I kind of do wish that you were able to expand more, because sometimes it's like, well, I just want one more, I want to take over that place, but I can't. Instead, I have to destroy it. So even though I was doing well and pretty much crushing the competition, I actually lost my first game through a cultural victory, even though I was dominating the map. I wasn't really warned in any way that I was losing, or if I should pay attention to a dynasty that I haven't even met. It was, if they can have some warnings, some things to look at, some things to pop up saying, watch out, somebody's close to victory, that'd be kind of cool. And then I can shift my strategies accordingly. And overall, that was Oriental Empires, or at least a portion that I covered. I know there's a lot more, but then again, if I would be talking, I would just be saying like civilization, like civilization. A lot of the elements are borrowed from civilization, but it does differentiate itself enough to be its own thing. It needs to be a bit quicker pace early on, even though I did have fun with the game. Building an empire and seeing my armies and cities grow was freaking awesome. But I've noticed a few things. Another thing is that there's a lack of variation within the dynasties, but there's not much you can really do about it since everyone is pretty much Chinese and comes from the same culture. And also the AI needs to be improved, a little bit more aggressive instead of being so passive, especially in the early game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, with much more reviews to come from, and I'm gonna get on 50 Blades of Grays behind so we can finally get this Tekken 7 review up and running, and so you guys to all enjoy a very special review. Thank you guys for watching as always, and this is Powerhouse signing off.